Why do outlets have 2 screws on each side? And when are you actually supposed to use them? Because if you wire this the wrong way, you can lose power to other outlets in your house. And the worst part is, you won't even know which outlet caused it. And most people don't even realize that they're doing it wrong. All right, let's break this down so we don't mess this up. Most people think you're supposed to use both screws on the outlet, and that's called daisy chaining. When you're daisy chaining, the outlet becomes part of the circuit. Power comes in, passes through the outlet, and feeds everything else on that circuit. But there's a much better way to do it, and it's called pigtailing, because it looks like a pig's tail. With pigtailing, the wires carry the circuit. You connect the wires first, and then run one wire to the outlet. And here's why this matters. If an outlet goes bad in a daisy chain, it can take other outlets with it. That's why sometimes you lose power in a room and you have no clue why. And I've had multiple outlets not work before, and the troubleshooting can be a nightmare. But with pigtailing, it's a lot different. If one outlet goes bad, everything else still works. You just replace that one outlet and you're good to go. Now let me show you how to do it. And we're gonna demonstrate this using both Wagos tacos, baby, just like Mario hitting lava, are very German, very efficient wire connectors, and also with wire nuts. You want about 6 inches of wire inside the box to work with. You're measuring from inside the box, not what's sticking out. I've got a little extra wire here for the demo, but normally you just need 6 inches inside the box and only about a half an inch of that outer jacket inside the box. Just enough so the clamp is grabbing the sheathing, not the individual wires. Now for your pigtails. I keep them around 6 inches as well, but how much you strip depends on what you're using. For Wagos, I strip about half an inch. You can see it here on the side. For wire nuts, closer to 3/4 of an inch. And the same thing applies on the receptacle side. If you're doing a J-hook, strip about 3/4 of an inch and wrap it clockwise so it tightens down with the screw. And if you're using a receptacle with pressure plate, you see this here? This is closer to half an inch. You do not want any insulation under the terminal, and you don't want too much copper exposed either. Both of those can lead to bad connections. Clean, tight connections. That's what matters. And I'll show you why Wagos get a bad reputation here in a second, but here's a quick tip. If you're using wire nuts, go with the winged ones. See these wings right here? These are much easier to grip. And always use the correct size and color. They're color coded for a reason. If not for you, do it for the next person. It's just good practice. As for the Wagos, every slot is the same. It does not matter which one you use. They're all connected internally. And if you've got extra slots, you can leave them empty. No need to swap them out. And one of my favorite DIY tips, if you want your outlet straight and centered, a simple bottle opener works great. All right, so I ran a poll and over 150 people chimed in. What do we got here? And only about 12% said that they've had a Wago fail, but more than half said they've never had an issue, and a good chunk haven't even used them yet. So a lot of the bad reputation probably isn't coming from real world failures. At the end of the day, it really just comes down to making a solid connection no matter what you use. But the guy who taught me electrical said never use these. He said that they get way too hot. And that was good enough for me. It was wire nuts all the way. But then I thought about it, and this guy was old school. He was older than me, and he could have just been using other push-in connectors. Probably not these. And just to be clear, Wago is a brand name, just like Romex or Band-Aid or Q-Tip. Sharpie? They're all really just wire connectors. And there's a lot of different brands, and there's much cheaper ones, but they are not all built the same. They are definitely more expensive, but they're easier to use, especially for beginners. They're smaller, so it's easier to get everything back in the box. They're a lifesaver when you're working with shorter wires. Like if you're swapping out a new outlet and you have much less slack, Wagos all the way. Sometimes you have to use Wagos. But wire nuts are still trusted by pretty much every electrician I've ever met. And they are cheaper, and they've withstood the test of time. And keep in mind, you can pigtail without an outlet too, like a junction box. And if you're at the end of a run, you do not need to pigtail. You can just land the wires on the outlet. Less wire in the box, easier to work with. So it really just comes down to what do you prefer and making a solid connection. What do you prefer? And if you want to see how this actually gets done in a real house, going through the attic and crawl space and installing stuff in junction boxes, click on these videos right here. Thanks for being a true barrage.